Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships with Wadres. And for today's video we are going to be going over the patch notes for update 10.1, which is going to be coming out it will be going live tomorrow. And there are some nice, new, interesting things that are going to be going on with this patch, so let's go ahead and get right on in. And of course, the big one is something that people have been waiting for quite some time. The Italian battleships are now entering the tech tree. So this is the early access introduction, of course, for the Italian battleships. So this is going to be focused around the basic standard early access sort of event, and the details of which we will get into here in just a second. Overall, there are some differences between the Italian battleships and any regular line battleships, primarily in that they fire semi-armor piercing shells instead of HE. Those of you who are familiar with the Italian cruiser line will understand how that works. The downside of having that is you do not have the capability of utilizing damage over time mechanics, specifically the causing of fires on enemy ships. Most of these battleships, according to the directive here, also have a large number of guns, but short firing range with poor accuracy. So I'm guessing that these ships are going, or I would certainly hope that these ships have a reasonable damage output per shell, so that when you do hit, the hits matter. But I don't know. We'll find out, I'm sure, soon enough. They are also supposed to have good maneuverability and armor protection. And the high-tier ships, tier 8 through 10, will get the exhaust smoke generator, which, again, for those of you who have played with the Italian cruisers, will know that basically means you can pop smoke and run full speed whilst remaining undetected as long as the generator is active. So this would be a good tool for, say, disengaging from a fight, trying to get into cover, or maybe even pulling off that turn that will leave your broadside a little too exposed. Of course, we do have some, again, we've got some of the basic rewards we're going to be getting through Italian tokens for completion of missions or various campaign directives, things like that. There are permanent camouflages that you'll be able to get for a couple of the ships, which, if I'm being honest, look pretty darn gaudy, but you know what? All power to them. See, Italian tokens can be completed or obtained by completing special chains of combat missions, random bundles available for doubloons, free random bundles, and bundles that are available for in exchange for recruitment points in the Armory. So anybody who engages in any of the recruitment or anything like that will also get some bonus from this event. Of course, the rewards, you can use the tokens to get like the first 4 of the battleships. So Dante Alighieri, Conte di Cavour, Andrea Doria, Vittorio Veneto. And then, really, Archie? Cat going on in the background, of course. And then, of course, you can get some of the permanent camouflages for some of the higher tier tech line ships. And, of course, there will be other simple rewards like camouflages and whatever in the bundles. You can also, in the random bundles, get access to the Tier 9 Lepanto, which I believe is the tech line ship. She's not premium. But anybody who goes for that, I wish you luck. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to push that one too heavily. I don't even think I actually have the personal funds myself to do so. As far as anything else, we do have the free random bundles, and I mean, there's not many of them. You get, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12 random bundles over the course of the event. Of course, these are going to be unlockable daily by my best guess. And looks like we've got 1 day of premium time. Couple of bundles of tokens totaling to, let's see, 2, 3, about 500 tokens. Let's see, the Toronto port has been updated and decorated for the purposes of the event. And that is all the detail in this article for the Italian battleships. The new season of clan battles is coming along. It will be tier 9 in 7 versus 7. You can only have up to 2 battleships per team. There's 11,000 steel on the line for those who participate. No more than 2 mercenaries per division. New season has a small but important change. Allows ship limits to be set. Interesting. Restrictions can be set for the entire duration of a season or specific periods of time. For example, could be set after the first 2 weeks, then replaced with different restrictions a few weeks later. Interesting. Possible restrictions: limit on the number of same ships, limit on number of specific ships, or restriction that makes certain ships ineligible. Now, that is a list of possible restrictions that is not guaranteed restrictions at the moment. So just be wary that some restrictions, for those of you who do play clan battles, you may run into that, possibly. Restrictions will be displayed in division window and in tooltip window above ship carousel when in clan battle selection. Let's see, ranked battles, we're getting some adjustments here as well. The sprint duration has been doubled, so now instead of being once a week, they will now be bi-weekly, so a sprint will last 2 weeks. The sprint rewards have doubled to compensate, I'm sure. Number of ranks has been increased from 7 to 10 for both bronze and silver leagues, and stars needed to reach first rank and qualify has increased by 50%. Okay. Ranked battle interface has been updated. League is now displayed on tooltip above name. After qualification, timer shows that time remaining till start of the next sprint is shown in tooltip above the league. Scrolling speed of the carousel has been increased. Updated descriptions of Jolly Roger achievements and tooltips, and fixed errors in battle interface. And of course, here's the rewards detail. Again, they've basically doubled the vast majority of the rewards. Now for 3 and 6 wins, you get 200 steel. For 9 wins, you get 200 steel, and I think the camouflage income is basically the same. You get 200 doubloons, another looks like a container, doubloons and steel, and then a qualification, you get 10 camouflages. Silver League, you get 200 steel for 3, 6, and 9 wins. For 12 wins, you get 200 steel and camo. 15 and 18 wins, you get 200 doubloons for each, and a grand total of 10 camos. Rank 1, by the looks of it, you get your silver reward chest, 200 doubloons, and another 200 steel. And then, of course, Gold League, you get 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. You get 200 steel. You get bronze camos for 18 wins, silver camos for 21 wins. 24 wins, you get gold camo and doubloons. 27 wins, you get the same. 29 wins nets you 400 doubloons. And of course, rank 1 gets you a gold chest with 200 camos and looks like a ranked token or whatever, which I believe can be used for purchasing of special camos or whatever in the Armory. Rules of the season. Let's see. Still 7x7. Bronze League is 8 to 9. Silver is 9 to 10. And Gold League is straight up tier 10. Let's see. Updated clan brawls. Or just brawls, but yeah, okay. Let's see. First season of brawls. Updated brawls will take place in Tier 8 ships, 1 versus 1. Ooh, that could be fun. Take part in brawls only during the time specified for server. And take place on Big Race, Shatter, Crash Zone Alpha, and Sleeping Giant. Two Brothers is possible in Epicenter mode. Let's see, rewards. You get 2.25 million credits, up to 80,000 Elite Commander EXP, 10,000 coal, and you get signals of each type, excluding the special Dragon economic signals. Brawls only last for a few days, available throughout each day except for low activity periods. Not playing in the division, allies are picked randomly. Matchmaking takes type and tier of ship into account. Though if it's a 1x1, I don't see why having allies or matchmaking really matters all that much. Battles take place on maps with reduced combat area. All ships will be of the same tier. Cannot take part in battle with opponents who you fought against in several previous battles. So chances of coming across a player multiple times are drastically reduced. Let's collapse some of these so that I'm not... Okay, so next up we have Armory. And, I mean, this is some standard adjustments, I would imagine. They are adding Dasha Perova commanders for the Pan-European and Italian tech lines. So for those of you who enjoy running with Dasha as your commander and listening to her voice and all of that, those you will definitely enjoy being able to do so. The Made of Steel permanent camouflage can be mounted on all tier 10 ships except for the ARP Yamato. Camouflages for Yamato, Shimikaze, and Des Moines will automatically be replaced by new camouflage. So I'm assuming there's an existing Made of Steel camo in here somewhere. I guess I'll look at that in just a minute just to see what that looks like. Let's see, visual and tech enhancements. Let's see, updated the way in which sun reflects off of water, improved quality of reflections, waves, and areas with calm wind, increased amplitude and speed of waves on some maps. So before, looks pretty much flat and consistent all the way across. The new one, it's obvious where you have rougher patches and calmer patches. So it does look very nice though. And it will be interesting to see them get to adjustments like that on even more maps, I suppose, assuming that this is not just a blanket improvement for all maps. They have, according to them, improved visibility of squadron aiming reticles on all maps. I never really thought that was much of a problem personally, but okay, I guess some people could have had problems with it. I'm not going to deny that, but okay. Let's see, added support for AMD upscale sharpening filter, which allows better performance on devices with weak graphics cards. Okay, and updated background of modal windows. For those of you who are more tech-savvy than I am, that probably means a good bit more. I really have no idea what half of that is talking about. Let's see. Let's collapse that, please. Finally, we get around to other adjustments. Content additions and changes. Following ships have been added for testing. We've got Z31, Gustav Julius Mercer, Felix Schultz, Eilbing, and ZF6. There's also the Huga and the HMS Agincourt being added in for testing. Pan-Asian Tier 8 destroyer Fenyang has been renamed Fenyang, all one word instead of two. I don't know why that was a problem, but okay. Let's see, added new portraits of Italian commanders. Let's see, updated 10.1. Starting from 10.1, Georgia, Alaska, Massachusetts, Thunder, and Småland will no longer be available in the Armory. Summers will no longer be available in the Armory for an indefinite period of time, to be replaced by USS Austin at Tier 10, so replacing a destroyer with a cruiser. Okay, interesting. And of course, Austin, I'm sure, is going to be a rather hefty steel ship, so... Because why else would... I mean, it would only make sense if they're replacing one steel ship with another. Let's see, ships have been taken out of the game due to a combination of popularity and combat efficiency. This has been done in order to maintain a level of diversity in teams in terms of ships that they are made up of, but they may return in the future. So for those of you who do not have your Georgia, Alaska, Mass, Thunder, or Småland, you're kind of going to be shit out of luck as of tomorrow. But you likely will not be entirely out of luck because, again, they may turn up for special events or whatever at some point. And of these, I'll also freely admit that I really only am missing the regular Premium Massachusetts. I do have the Mass Black, and I don't have the Småland or the Thunderer. Personally, I haven't really felt much of an inclination to push for those. And while I could have gotten the Summers with steel this year, I opted for the FDR. So, again, that's my own shortcoming. But chances are she'll either be back around or as either a coal re-release or maybe she'll be reintroduced at some point for steel. Who knows? So those of you who are pushing to get the steel for Summers, you've got until next patch, so update 10.2, to get together what you need to get a hold of her if you are even interested in her at all. Finally, we get to other changes and improvements. Let's see, fixed an error that caused AA explosions to not deal damage to aircraft squadrons. I can understand how that would be frustrating, and that could also explain why AA seems to be hit or miss as regards to whether or not it's effective. So that could be a very... I can understand why that one would be a problem and would definitely need fixing. Let's see, fixed an error that caused damaged main battery guns and torpedo tubes to start reloading after repairs if they were loaded before taking damage. Yeah, that's a good one to adjust, especially considering usually, as long as they're loaded, they're treated as having been loaded once the repairs are done, and they're still ready to fire. It should only be if they are in the loading process when they are damaged that the reload timer should be reset. So I can understand how that could have caused some consternation for players as well. Let's see, Eric Lowenhart bombers received similar sound effects to Graf Zeppelin's bombers. Okay, minor thing. Let's see, fixed an error that caused the tab with ship parameters to not be displayed when viewing a ship in the Armory. Okay. Let's see, loading speed on ports and maps was slightly increased. Fixed error that prevented DFAA Fire Mod 1 special upgrade from being mounted on the Fenyang. Fixed an error that caused Sanzang's patrol fighter to have incorrect speed and amount of HP. I could see how that would cause people to be rather upset. Fixed an error that caused ships which players had received victory bonuses on to be displayed in the carousel with the show ships with combat bonus for EXP filter enabled. I could see how that might be a little confusing. Let's see. Fixed an error that caused a delay in automatic switching of torpedo tubes on Z-44 during aiming. Okay, I can see how that might be a slight problem. Fixed an error that caused the game client to crash after minimizing training room and division chats when entering battle. I'd be a little upset if that one happened to me too, so okay. Let's see. Fixed an error that prevented Paolo Emilio from being hidden by the smokescreen at full speed. That would definitely be a problem, considering the, I believe the smokescreen for the Paolo Emilio is the Italian exhaust smoke booster. So yeah, definitely a problem on that one. And speaking of which, for those of you who have watched to this point in the video, when was the Paolo Emilio ever available? I don't remember ever seeing that one. Maybe I just missed it, or maybe it was a super test thing, I don't know. But to my knowledge, I have never seen the Paolo Emilio personally, so I don't know. Something that I am looking forward to seeing, updated descriptions of Deadeye and top grade gunner skills. Very curious to see what these look like, because I know there have been a lot of issues from people with, again, Deadeye and a couple of the newer commander skills. So I'm curious to see what the new, how the new description reads. It may, especially if it's something that actually affects how the skill operates. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Let's see, fixed an error that led to display of an incorrect amount of EXP. Oh, sorry. To complete commander retraining. Yeah, that would be problematic. Let's see, fixed an error that led to the conning tower armor protection of North Carolina not being present on the North Carolina B hull. Yeah, that would be an issue, although I do have to say I've noticed the same sort of issue on the Kansas since I just unlocked it recently, but maybe I just don't have it properly unlocked or whatever, I don't know, but just another thing Wargaming might want to look at. See, other improvements and changes. For a complete list, please refer to player support. Let's see, maybe I can bring it up here. Archie, really? Let's see, looks... unfortunately, this is going to be off-screen. I'm not going to switch over to display focus here. But let's see, there are some geometry and texture fixes for certain ships. Days of premium account not being shown. See, caused ship construction into dockyard to not be shown from the beginning. Window informing player with an incomplete team to be displayed incorrectly. Yeah, it looks like most of this is just small stuff. Fix incorrect armor values for auxiliary rooms of Manfred von Richthofen. I can see that one being problematic. See, fixed an error that caused the hints for aircraft carriers to not be shown correctly. Fixed an error that caused the width of torpedo cone to be displayed incorrectly when switching between wide and narrow. Yeah, okay, that could definitely be very misleading. Beyond that, I'm not seeing too much here that really stands out. Though I would like a little bit more... I mean, granted, it's going to be out tomorrow anyway, but I would like a little bit more detail on the description changes for Deadeye and Top Grade Gunner. But anyway, that is the patch notes overview for update 10.0. And I suppose while I'm here, I will take a closer look at the early access for the Italian battleships. See if there's anything in here that's new to go over. See, of course, okay, when update 10.3 goes live, all ships will be available for research. Excuse me. Okay, so here's the rough campaign overview. 24 missions across 4 groups await. First group becomes available as of update 10.1. And following groups or directives will be unlocked weekly. Let's see, completing missions will earn Italian tokens and signals, yada yada yada. Final reward comes in the form of the Tier 7 Francesco Caracicolo, however that's supposed to be pronounced, which I'm not sure if that's... yeah, that's the tech line. Okay. Let's see. Italian Battleships Part 1 combat missions, you can get up to 9,500 tokens. Another 500 from random bundles in the Armory, or the free random bundles. You can get up to 38,000 tokens from random bundles for doubloons in the Armory. Combat missions, you can get up to 1,000 tokens from, and that's for combat missions from the official World of Warships streams. And you can get up to 1,000 tokens in exchange for recruitment points. And of course, here's the detailing for the Italian tokens. The first bundle is 800, then you get 1,400, 3,000, 2,000, 4,000, and then 12,000 each for the 6th, 7th, and 8th bundles. Bundle 6 gets you the Vittorio Veneto. Bundle 7 and 8 get you permanent camouflages. The I think that's the Roman Empire or whatever the hell it is, camouflage for the Tier 9 and the Tier 10. Lepanto and Cristoforo Colombo. So the Christopher Columbus, basically. And of course, lots and lots of special bonus flags to earn there as well. And of course, each ship that you get from any of these bundles gets you a free port slot as well. Let's see, other rewards that you can get from the free bundles, or for tokens, I mean. You can redeem 40 tokens for a, looks like a Regia Marina camouflage. You can redeem 200 tokens for 450,000 credits, and you can redeem 120 tokens for, looks like, the speed bonus flag and one of the other signals. Let's see, and of course, we've already gone over the free bundles. The random bundles are detailed here. Let's see, you've got one for the Lepanto, you've got one that's going to be, looks like 10,000 potentially for the tokens. You've got 16, another 16, so 30, 48 bundles, 48 bundles that will lend you 600 tokens each and will give you either some special signal flags and camouflages, coal and camouflage, or free EXP and camouflage. So overall, pretty interesting looking update. It'll be interesting to see how these Italian battleships perform overall over time. And we'll see where everything goes. I hope these ships are worth the hype that they've been getting, and I'm sure for those of you, I do also hope for those of you who have been waiting for them, that they are very much worth your wait. On that note, I shall go ahead, let you all go. I hope you all enjoyed the video, found it informative regarding the upcoming patch, and I shall catch you all again later. Have a good one, folks. Happy hunting, and stay safe out there.